Alonso, Director of Facilities, Construction, and Maintenance.
Thank you very much. Good evening, President Schulman, members of the board, Superintendent Turner, staff, and community members. This evening, we're here to present updates on construction, projection, safety, and transportation, as well as provide some staff recommendations. I was hoping to have Darlins write my speech for me, but I don't think I can afford his fees. He was so good earlier on. Joining me this evening is Doug Monfils, the district director, I should say, of Maintenance Operations, Construction, and Transportation. Tonight we'll begin with Doug speaking on transportation, and then look at construction and safety before finishing with information on projections. At this time, I'll turn it over to Mr. Monfils.
Good evening. Here we go. Good evening. All right, so in accordance with Education Code 39800.1, the district developed a transportation plan describing the transportation services it offers to students and how it will prioritize transportation services for students in transitional kindergarten, and grades 1 through 6. This is a new state requirement. This plan includes all required information to comply with the Ed Code, including a complete transportation safety plan. The plan will be reviewed, updated, and presented to the board for approval annually. We currently have 59 special education routes serving 410 students. There are 8 general ed routes serving 400 students and 1 special service route. At this time, the district does not plan to increase busing. We will continue to provide special education transportation where specified in an IEP, and we will maintain the current routes for special education and general education students. We recommend that the board approve the 2022-23 transportation and safety plan. That's it for transportation. Moving on to construction and modernization. We have many exciting projects planned for 23. All the projects we review tonight will include upgrades to alarm systems, accessibility, and address any past uncertified projects. There are 4 modernization projects currently out to bid. A recommendation on award will be brought to the board for approval in April. Starting off with Foothill Ranch Elementary. This project will begin summer 2023. The project includes a complete upgrade to the finishes in all classrooms. All classrooms that do not currently have new furniture and technology will receive it. The site layout will change, creating a new TLC area with a separate entrance. The MPR will get a complete remodel, as you can see in the top right picture there. Like other sites that we have modernized, we will reconfigure the front office space to provide single point of entry and improve visibility to the parking lots. New indoor and outdoor innovation lab will be a highlight of this project, and you can see that on the bottom right side there. Sample of what that will look like. Current capacity at Foothill Ranch is 1,220 students, and this modernization will not impact that number. This year's enrollment at Foothill Ranch peaks at 1,043 students, and it steadily declines over the next 10 years to 990 students. So with 1,220 available seats, there is space for the projected students. Serrano Intermediate modernization. The first phase was completed in 2022. New furniture and technology were installed in all classrooms. New signage was installed in the courtyard and the front of the school. New landscaping, drainage, and sidewalks were installed, which resolved some flooding issues and drainage issues. Currently, the entrance door to the office is in the courtyard of the campus. Our goal is to improve access to the office, but limit access to classroom spaces. New fencing and access controls will be added throughout the campus. Rancho Cañada Elementary also has a modernization plan for 23. This project includes a complete reconfiguration of the office space, This new layout significantly improves access to the office and provides staff with the ability to see the front of the campus. Shade covers and new landscaping will be installed throughout the campus to create outdoor learning spaces. We will also completely remodel the library, including furniture and technology. Classroom furniture and technology upgrades were completed in summer of 2022. Currently at Rancho Cañada Elementary, enrollment is at 621 students with a max capacity in 2027 of 718 students. With a total student capacity of 824 seats, there is sufficient space for all current and future students, including in the 2027 when there will be 106 open seats. Robinson Elementary has a very exciting project starting this summer as well. The vision of this project is equity. Our goal is to be the example of an all-inclusive school. This campus will meet the needs of all students and provide them with the resources and support they need to succeed academically, socially, and emotionally. The playground equipment will be ADA accessible and available for all students. Sensory pathways with different textures, colors, and activities will run throughout the campus. A separate kinder and TK play area will be created using the same concept. All classrooms will receive new finishes, furniture, and technology. Security fencing and camera systems will be increased. The front parking lot will get a complete reconfiguration to improve traffic flow during pickup and drop-off, which is a big problem for Robinson. This is a very exciting project, not just for the Robinson community, but for the entire district. Our goal is to use this model for site and playground design moving forward. We have various facilities and maintenance projects planned for 2023. As you may recall, we presented the deferred maintenance plan to you in August of 22, and the board approved adding playgrounds to the deferred maintenance plan, which has allowed us with a great opportunity to upgrade and replace old and outdated playgrounds. We have 5 playground replacements planned for 2023, and of course we are planning to use that Robinson model that we just reviewed. 6 sites will receive new shade structures. These projects will be funded by special education grants, ELOP facilities funding, and deferred maintenance. The middle column there shows the various large projects planned for this year. Below that, you can see the projects we have currently under construction: the El Toro Pool House and Student Restroom Project, and the Trabuco Hills Pool Modernization. El Toro will be completed in June, and Trabuco will be completed in August. The district-wide HVAC replacement project is almost complete. We have installed 482 units district-wide, and we have the additional 57 units will be installed by the end of March. So moving on to safety updates. Based on the recommendations provided by our consultant and the Orange County Sheriff's Department, we are preparing for a district-wide fencing project. We have reviewed the recommendations and are currently working with architects on the details. 15 sites were identified for additional fencing, and installations are expected to begin in May. Locations for AI video cameras have been selected and installations have begun. 2 additional walkie-talkies have been distributed to all sites this year. A concern brought up in the safety assessment is the fire risk from surrounding vegetation in the Trabuco Canyon area. We have reviewed vegetation setbacks and are working with the appropriate city and county departments to increase these clearances around our campuses. We continue to work with the sites to identify lockdown spaces, alternate evacuation space, and review lockdown procedures. Orders have been made to replenish safety supplies at all sites. Disaster containers have been identified and documented at the district office. And finally, campus maps have been updated and shared with the appropriate city and county agencies.
Thank you. It helps if I turn on the microphone, doesn't it? All right. I know, exactly. Thank you, Doug, for the updates. Tying in with information regarding construction, I'd like to discuss student enrollment projections for the Nicase property. The Nicase Nursery area resides in the north portion of the district within the city of Lake Forest on Bake Parkway and Rancho Parkway. The area can be noted near the red arrow. Toll Brothers West is currently developing this property in a community called the Meadows. Construction is ongoing and to complete roughly 600 residences within the community, and at this time homes are actively being sold and lived in. As a former Nicase Nursery is now called the Meadows, we'll begin referring to it as such. Provide you with a brief recap. Between 2018 and 2021, the district worked on a mitigation agreement with Toll Brothers West. This mitigation agreement with Toll Brothers West included an option to accept property in the Meadows, which the district could use to build a school, or receive 125% of state developer fees. This aerial view shows the Meadows development outlined in red. In yellow is the area that was designated for SVUSD in the mitigation agreement if the district opts to accept the property. You can see that's right on the corner of Bake and Rancho Parkway there. This table highlights current demographer enrollment projections for the Meadows development. We've been analyzing the projections over the last few years for this entire North Lake Forest area to see the trends from recent and future developments to ensure we've ample space at schools throughout the area. The enrollment projections are broken out by grade span over the current and next 4 years. For the 2022-23 school year, projections indicate 48 elementary students, 7 intermediate students, and 20 high school students for a total of 75 students from the Meadows development area. Going into the out years, the projections are for just over 100 total students per year attending SVUSD schools from the Meadows. For 2022-23, you can see at the bottom, the actual enrollment to date is 15 students. That's spread across all 3 grade spans and is significantly lower than the projected 75 students. A year ago, the board took action assigning Lake Forest Elementary as the home elementary school for the Meadows development, and you can see that there in the lower circle on the map. If we look at enrollment projections for Lake Forest Elementary School over the next 7 years, we see a decline. Capacity at the site is for 1,007 students. The chart breaks out site projections for Lake Forest Elementary as seen in the top row, with the Meadows development projections we just looked at for elementary schools in the middle row, and a total school population, including the Meadows students, in the Lake Forest projection total. Looking at the 22-23 school year, the Lake Forest enrollment was projected at 584, with the Meadows projected at 48 as previously mentioned, for a total of 632 students. With 1,007 seats at the school, there are 375 open seats as indicated at the bottom. Following out over the next 7 years, projected enrollment continues to decline before leveling out in the 2026-27 school year at approximately 578 students. This leaves us with a consistent 430 open seats at the school site. We've been in consultation with architects and contractors looking at the current construction bids throughout the state for elementary school construction. At this time, the cost per square foot for an elementary school, not including property acquisition, furniture, or equipment, is roughly $722 per square foot. This translates to $50 to $55 million to construct an elementary school for 800 to 1,000 students. As required by state law, we began working with the California Department of Education to provide preliminary guidance and feedback on the proposed school site. After touring the site, CDE commented that this was one of the 3 worst sites they've ever seen for a proposed school. Among the concerns are usable space of roughly 8 acres, the site proximity to the 241 toll road, proximity to major roads, the need for extensive clean soil to backfill and level the property, and cleaning the current soil. The clean soil requirements for a school site are among the most stringent in the state, exceeding the requirements for residential properties. With that information, Doug and his team began developing plans for Lake Forest Elementary and Serrano Intermediate School. In this next slide, we're providing proposed modifications at those sites to enhance the facilities. On the left is Serrano Intermediate School, the intermediate home school for students from the Meadows. At Serrano, we are planning to remove all portable classrooms, those are seen in yellow, and build a new 2-story classroom building in the area outlined in red. The new building will include flexible classroom space and new student restrooms. On the right is Lake Forest Elementary School. At Lake Forest, the plan is to remove 7 portable classrooms. You can see those in yellow as well, right up at the very front entrance of the school site. Replacing them with a new 8 classroom building in a different location. You can see that in red out at the back area of the campus. This new layout will increase the playground space and improve campus supervision. Both projects are expected to be completed by early 2024 if approved by the board. At this time, staff plans to move forward with developing new facility plans for Lake Forest and Serrano schools. The anticipated cost to complete the projects is $8 million in total. The district would utilize the developer fees to pay for the project. Our staff recommendations to the board are to decline the irrevocable, offer of deed, the IOD, from Toll Brothers West. Upon declining the IOD, the district would accept the 125% of developer fees as Meadows area mitigation. Finally, staff recommends approval to move forward with construction at Lake Forest and Serrano Intermediate School. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.